What's up, everybody? It's the Bowtie Boss here for Fight Combat Sports News. Today I'm recapping a great triumphant return. Really good fight, man. It was Manny Pacquiao versus Tim Bradley, #2. And first things first, usually I don't say this unless I need to, and this time I need to. I told you so. Click right over here. Watch the last video that I put up on exactly how I thought this fight would play out. I did get some comments of some people thinking that Bradley would dominate. Unfortunately, I didn't get what I wanted to get out of those comments, which was people telling me exactly why they thought Bradley would dominate. Anybody who told me that they thought Bradley was going to win, they said so because they were worried about something that Pacquiao had wrong with him. And while that could be a very valid reason for thinking that Pacquiao's going to lose, I mean, it's one of two valid reasons. I just didn't see that Pacquiao had lost that much. A lot of people pointed to the Marquez knockout and the fact that it was such a brutal, one-punch knockout, and how do you come back from that? And for Manny Pacquiao, he's lost his killer instinct and all the rest of that. And my thought the whole time was that he didn't need his killer instinct back. He needed to be the same guy that fought Tim Bradley the first time, and that's exactly what he did. Now, for me, I watched this fight at the bar. It's not something that I was willing to pay for because of what I felt was a pretty weak undercard. But I haven't watched the replay yet. I mean, I was pretty tore up at the bar, but I was live tweeting my scorecard the entire time, and I ended up scoring at 118 to 110 for Pacquiao, and I really think I could have walked away with a 119-111, 119-109 for Pacquiao. Just I thought I might have given Tim the first round based on some of that body counterpunching, and that's really the only thing I think Bradley did well in this fight was. Sometimes when Pacquiao got over-aggressive at the beginning, Bradley would come underneath with hard body shots. But what's strange is that Bradley was the one that was tired midway through the fight. And it seemed about like the 6th, 7th rounds that Bradley's thighs just looked absolutely dead. He had nothing left in there. I think he might have won one round after that. But there's always been an old adage in boxing, man, and really any kind of combat sport, is that the first match is likely a good predictor of the rematch. And we didn't see a lot different in this fight, man. It looked I wouldn't say a mirror image of the first fight, but it was very similar. And for me, the biggest thing that Bradley messed up on, and what I knew he was going to mess up on, what I alluded to in that other video, is the fact that Tim Bradley spends too much time fighting from behind. He gives the play away, especially to a Pacquiao. That's just a wrong thing. Juan Manuel Marquez, made his career over counter-punching Manny Pacquiao, and he does well at it. But Tim Bradley, doesn't punch as hard singularly or as precise singularly as a Marquez. Marquez is a much more precise and a much more powerful puncher in single bursts. Whereas Tim Bradley, Pacquiao would dart in with that 1-2, and Bradley's counter seems to be this I wouldn't even call it a check left hook, because he's not actually checking anything. He's just throwing a counter left hook, trying to catch Pacquiao coming in. And realistically, man, it's just not the right punch selection for Pacquiao. I like the way he went underneath. In the preview video I put up, I kind of expected Bradley to go underneath with those power shots. I just wasn't expecting him to get so tired in the thighs. I was expecting him to lose, but I wasn't expecting him to be as tired as he was in the end. So, really, man, it was a very competitive fight, a very closely fought battle. But round by round and on the scorecards, it was a very dominant Manny Pacquiao performance. So what does this do, man, to the boxing world and really for everybody? All they want to know is, when is Floyd Mayweather going to fight Manny Pacquiao? I think this win over Bradley put a major stamp on that. If Pacquiao would have lost, I guarantee you Tim Bradley would have gone right to Al Heyman, signed that contract, been a Showtime guy, and put the nail in HBO's coffin. Luckily for HBO, and I guarantee you the boardroom was happy as hell. The executives were happy as hell with this thing going the way that it did. And, where does this go, man? Mayweather absolutely has to fight Manny Pacquiao in this next fight. They have to come to this agreement. Because I remember when Lewis fought Tyson, and they made that little line in the sand where Showtime's over here, HBO's over here. Tell me you wouldn't want to see Al Bernstein, Paul Malignaggi, and what's his name, Max Kellerman doing the commentating. I mean, that's just a killer commentating team. commentary team, and I'm looking forward to that fight. But that's the only fight left for Mayweather that makes sense right now. He absolutely has to fight Pacquiao. He's going to beat him. I've said it forever, and I'll say it till the day I die. Mayweather will beat Pacquiao. I think he would have beat him years ago. But, Mayweather's just got something inside of him where he won't step up and do it. But hats off to Pacquiao on this one. A very, I wouldn't say easy, but a very competitive, a very dominant, and exactly how I thought it would be a unanimous decision over Tim Bradley. Get his title back, get his credibility back. And here's one other thing, though, about Bradley that annoys them. It just annoys me to no end. It annoys me whenever fighters do this in general. And he says, hey, no disrespect to Manny, he fought his heart out, the better man won tonight, but around this round, this started to hurt. This is a broken record with Tim Bradley lately, is that he's always got something wrong. I didn't wear socks, so I had blisters on my feet, or this happened, or that happened, or any number of things. I mean, every fighter goes through that. Every time you step between them ropes, you have a problem. Guess what? It's a hurt game. You're out to hurt each other. If I said every time, I lost a fight because he kept on punching me in my fucking nose, it makes sense to say that I got injured during a fight. It's a fight. It's a 45-minute pitch battle. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get injured, and you're not going to walk out of there the same you walked into there. Bradley needs to stop that shit. He needs to stop mentally making excuses and get in there and just win these fights again. But, to me, it's not Bradley's first real fight. I would say it's his loss. I would say it's his second. And great win for Pacquiao. And it's the Bowtie Boss here for Fight Combat Sports.